morning, ladies and gentlemen, and I'd like to talk to you all today about self-esteem, so I hope all the little voices and little people in the back of your heads are listening. But first, to help clear the air, I'd like to define the term self-esteem as defined from Professor Stanley Cooper-Smith from UC Davis. He's a psychology professor. He defines self-esteem as the evaluation which the individual makes and customarily maintains with regards to himself. It expresses an attitude of approval or disapproval and indicates the extent to which the individual believes himself to be capable, successful, significant, and worthy. Now, self-esteem not only just works for how we view ourselves and what we think of ourselves, whether we can do this, we can do that, can't do this, can't do that, but it also affects how we handle certain situations. For example, given in a classroom, like us, we get a test out of nowhere. Normally a person with a good level of self-esteem is capable of handling the situation rather well with no problems at all. However, as has been quoted, persons with low esteem exhibit higher levels of anxiety and are likely to exhibit more frequently psychosomatic symptoms and feelings of depression. So they have a harder time dealing with things than most people would. An actual survey was taken, though, with a group of younger children, ages 10 to 12. They were gathered into different groups of 5 based on what level of self-esteem they showed, whether both measured in subjective and behavioral expressions. They were divided into groups of low and low, so low subjective, low behavioral, low high, medium medium, high low, and high high. And actually, as it turns out from the results of this survey taken, the question I should help start with that was, do you find it harder or easier to make new friends? And actually, the people with high self-esteem, both in subjective and behavioral expressions, were not the ones who found it to be easiest. The difference between the 5 groups of statistically significant, with low most likely to report that they have difficulty making friends. The medium group is least likely to report difficulty in this regard. So even people with just an average sense of self-esteem apparently find it much easier to making new friends than people with a high sense of self-esteem. In conclusion, with such research that I've stated to all of you today, I think it's more or less safe to say that self-esteem affects us more ways than we think, other than just how we think of ourselves. Thank you.